You're tuned into Soul Fusion Cafe, your place for radiant wellness and soul-forward living. Join your host, Jess Juntunen, quantum healer, intuitive, and midwife to the awakening spirit, as we dive into quantum tools, wisdom teachings, and integrated healing pathways for transformation. You can live a life of freedom to be without limitation. Cozy up, grab your tea, and enjoy this hour of expansion, wisdom, and love. Namaste and welcome to Soul Fusion Cafe. I am Jess Juntunen, your host. I'm so honored to be with you this week once again. And it is a brilliant time for this show. Today, it's all about guidance. This is a little mixed bag. I have guidance. You have guidance. We've all got guidance coming in. How do we really tap into our own guidance, and what can I offer you? What am I being guided to offer you in order to help you do that? There's a few things that are circulating around right now that I'm hearing a lot about from a lot of you. I'm getting emails, I'm getting phone calls, I'm getting messages, and there's themes that are emerging, right? And also questions. And one of those that seems to be coming in from a lot of people is, I'm an empath. How do I navigate all of the energy that is happening right now on the planet, right? There's a lot of fear, a lot of anger, a lot being dumped into that planetary thought body right now that is really amping up. And a lot of us that are empaths are really feeling it. And if you don't know what an empath is, it's really a sensitive being. If you are a being that really can feel other people's emotions and feelings easily, if you've had a difficult time before you even discovered you were one, or you don't even know yet, but you realize if you've been in really crowded places, or you've been in busy stores, or just around particular energies, that you feel zapped, and that you can tend to take on energies for others. That is processing other people's emotions, or doing lifting for other people, or feeling really responsible for other people. Those are some things that happen with empaths or highly sensitive people. Whatever we want to use. Sometimes labels are beneficial for our brain, but of course nobody fits into one little box. But if that intrigues you, I would suggest going back and listening to my Ascended Empaths episode. You can find it in the archives at selfascensionstudios.com or onenesstalkradio.com. And I want to share with you that right now we broadcast in multiple places. So you might be hearing me at Oneness Talk Radio. You might also be seeing me on YouTube at the Oneness Talk Radio station, or on Facebook at Soul Fusion Cafe Radio, Instagram, Soul Fusion Cafe Radio, and also a number of other places where this is popping up that you might have the opportunity to connect with this. So I have gone to video feed. So here I am on video. So if you're listening now, but you want to see me, go and check out YouTube or check out my Facebook page, either the Oneness Talk Radio YouTube or my Facebook page for Self Ascension Studios. And you can watch the video and connect that way. So that's very fun. Some other awesome things are coming along too. Soul Fusion Cafe is moving towards its facelift. So stay tuned, but it's going to be a new title, similar energy, of course, that I'm always bringing, but very more guided into the realm of the divine feminine. So I have some ideas for show titles, but I haven't decided yet. But keep listening and stay tuned for that, and sign up for my newsletter. You'll get all the changes if you just email me, jess@selfascensionstudios.com, and say, hey, I want to be put on your new newsletter list. I will put you there. So So many opportunities. And another awesome opportunity I just created that is going to be seeing more content in a place that is really a positive portal of support is love, consciousness, LEvolution. Do you love that? Consciousness, LEvolution on Facebook, on the groups, and in groups on Facebook at selfascensionstudios.com. You can find it there as well. And so many different ways and so much left brain material that is coming in, and I'm already just feeling a lot of the energy flow. So I wanted to move through some of those details of ways you can connect and uplift. The consciousness LEvolution is all about a portal of positivity for healers, light workers, sensitive beings, all of those that are coming together to really get support, tools, have community, and a place to be able to share that is uplifting. I've been sharing a lot on my personal Facebook and on my page, Self Ascension Studios, but this group dynamic is going to really enable you to get the notifications of new things when they're coming out and to be connected in more of a container. So if you're all about raising consciousness and you're all about the energy of love coming forward on the planet as it is right now and helping with that, please join in over there. And I think you can even find that group even if you don't have a Facebook account. If you look up Consciousness LEvolution Facebook, you should be able to find it. So today, guidance. Guidance is the energy that we are being asked to connect with. And there is guidance being offered all over the place, is there not? Depending what country you're in, depending what place you live in my country, the United States, it is different by state. It sometimes is different by county. What is being advised and guided from the leadership in those different tiers. And depending where you are, it is a different story, but everybody right now is going through this moment of hearing and listening and paying attention to what is happening on this entire planet with a virus that has been infecting us with illness, but also fear. And that energy is very loud. The real virus, I think, is the fear energy that is completely amped and big. And before I go further, I want to say we have a protoplasmic jumpsuit. We are a human being in a human form. So it is so important we take care of our body and that we do really go with the guidance that we feel we need to take in order to keep ourselves safe, in order to keep our community safe. We really do need to pay attention. It's not a time to just put our head in the sand and just say, oh, it'll all be fine. I'm going to just go within. And I'm sure it's really actually hard to do that now because this energy is stirring things up. So we really do. We need to tap into our own guidance so that we know what information we're looking at, where we're getting it from, who is giving it to us. Is it of our highest good? And when we are tuned into our own true self and our own true nature, it is really easy to discern if something is of the highest or not. It either feels good or it doesn't. And when we can step into that energy, it is a really empowering place to be in. So I'm noticing a lot of things that are just coming forward right now. Back to that empath question, what can an empath do? I digressed and was getting really into the left brain things, but what can an empath do right now? Or anybody, it doesn't matter if you're an empath or not, we're all sensitive to energy. We're all empathic to some degree or another. And I really, again, hesitate to label us or to get too identified with things. Sometimes I see there's a culture and an energy around the empath as it's become more mainstream and more people know about it and talk about it. That's fantastic because I wish that existed when I was young and a child and someone had told me hey, you're an empath, and here's some useful information and tips for navigating, that would have been great. So the information is more available, but there's sometimes also a lot of victim energy around the discourse in the communities talking about being an empath. Not all of them, but I do notice that energy can permeate that conversation, because we have to, that's why I'm suggesting to go to that Ascended Empaths show. We have to really lift into our power, and being an empath is beautiful. We are changing the world. We're the ones that are here that can feel the greatest love and joy and share it with others and want to have that exchange. But we have to learn how to not take on other people's energies. We have to learn how to clear. We have to learn how to maintain our focus upon that which we want to see birthing and grow, or it can be a spiral down into depression. And this just goes for anybody that's tuning in, whether you identify that way or not as an empath. But there's three ways really our energy can go right now. There is the energy that can go up, expansion and lift, that is so available right now. And it is fantastic. I'm just noticing, the shirt I wore has flowers on it. So we're seeing the universe through me, and it's picking up my necklace, but that's okay. And we can go up, expanding, lifting. Oh, am I feeling that energy today? I'm bringing it to you. And the other opportunity is we can spiral down, right, into depression, fear, hopelessness, anger. And that can really turn into so many difficult emotions and then energies that seek to keep us pulled down. And there are energies trying to do that to you right now. The virus is something that, the coronavirus, we have to be concerned and take care of our human suit and do the right things to take care of ourselves during this time, And there is the element of, okay, and then we have to really take care of our energy, because the fear is more dangerous than anything right now. The fear will dampen and weaken your immune system. The fear will lead you to make choices and decisions from survival mode, from the lower chakras, from the places that we are experiencing our foundation being rocked, and then we're making choices based off of survival. And that, at that point, we're not always connected to guidance, right? And then there's also the opportunity to just orbit, kind of spiral right where you're at, feeling stagnant or stuck in an energy pattern or flow. So there is a lot happening. And I definitely recommend, if any of this resonates with you, what I'm sharing, to check out Shri and Kira, my mentors and teachers, two of them, and two of the most fabulous beings on the planet, delivering really authentic, true, supportive, helpful information. And they have things on YouTube at Official Shri and Kira, and on Oneness Talk Radio, where my show is also broadcasting. And there are so many awesome hosts there. Check out all of the shows. Put on Oneness Talk Radio all day long right now. Give yourself positive news, talk radio, music. It is a positive, uplifting place. Hook into that energy. Notice, where do you put your focus and what are you calling in? And then really sinking into noticing where you are. Connect to your breath. In this moment, what has got your attention? Where is your attention? Are you in a victim mindset? Because there is energy seeking to keep you there. All of what is happening right now, there's a huge amount of the fear, and when people are afraid, they're not in their power. We're not in our power. When people are terrified, they give away their soul. This came through the divine directors in Souled by Kira Ra. When people are afraid, they will give away their power. And when people are terrified, they will give away their soul. Think about that. And if are you tired or are you inspired? I've been asked that by a few people recently. I'm trying, this energy and this message has come through with Shri and Kira as well, about being tired or inspired. That is an energy for this moment in this year. Are you being pulled down in the spiral, or are you lifting up? Are you tired or inspired, depressed or hopeful? And sometimes we can definitely oscillate between the two, and it's a lot of fun, isn't that? But we can choose at any moment that we want to lift up. So really inviting you to sink into that. And if you think you're tired and you're worried, I'm tired, and you feel like you fall into that group of people that are really affected by energy easily, even if you don't, you're affected by energy. We all are. So it's really an amazing time to do things that help us clear our energy field. There's a lot that we can do to support ourselves to have a more robust energy field. We want to stabilize the lower three chakras, the root, sacral, and solar plexus. We really want to bring a sense of safety to ourselves. How can we create safety? That would be a great way to start, with being able to lift your energy and not take on the energies that are out there seeking to pull you down. So where is your energy in regards to your sense of safety? Our sense of safety is truly affected and attacked right now. And that brings us right into the survival instinct, right? If you think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that triangle, or go look that up, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the bottom of the pyramid is needing to have shelter and food, a place to feel safe. And if that's not met, we can't lift into higher levels of consciousness. We can't even start thinking about enlightenment and creativity and all of those things when we're so concerned with how am I going to live one more day. And a lot of the planet is there in survival. And it's I just got a ping about guilt. I'll jot a note. Hopefully I can come back to that, because I just felt, even in recording this and getting this ready for you all for this week, it's really profound that I feel that energy of guilt. So I want to circle back around to that if I have time. So to really help yourself get into the inspired energy, first you've got to create a sense of safety for yourself in order to feel like you can lift. If we try to lift when we're not feeling safe, we might bounce up there and lift and touch, but we will keep getting pulled back down. So what can we do to start helping ourselves feel safe? Clearing our energy is huge, because if we're being bombarded, which we are all the time, we really want to feel nurtured and protected. And our root chakra is so connected with our stability, our foundation, the earth, being able to be connected in this body. We can't escape and just live in multidimensional space and quantum realms. We have to integrate those into our body of form, the body that is here on the planet. We have many layers to ourselves, but this body is so important right now, and asking for us to say, you are safe. You are safe. So I would suggest, creating a nurturing ritual for yourself. How are you nurturing? What kind of ritual do you have for yourself? When you wake up in the morning, what are the first thoughts in your mind? When you go to sleep at night, what are the thoughts that you're thinking? And awareness is the key, without judgment. Just be aware of your thoughts. Check in frequently during the day. Where are my thoughts? Whoa, what am I thinking right now? And just bringing that awareness to that energy. And then in the morning, you can start saying, okay, what is a routine or ceremony? How is my life a ceremony? I love that better than routine, don't you? How is my life a ceremony of connection with my inner self? What can I do to create a sense of safety for my body of form, for my inner child, for my inner being that wants to feel protected and safe? If you're noticing things popping up around safety, it might be in relationships. You might be feeling really lonely if that's a theme for you. You might be feeling very aggravated if that's a theme. You might be feeling like you want to point fingers at people or put the blame or whatever, and that's all victim consciousness energy as well, isn't it? So truly, to be able to foundationalize ourselves, we've got to create safety. So in the morning, have a mantra that you say before you even get out of bed. So if you're noticing your thoughts are racing in the morning, or they're anxious, or just defeated, or whatever is happening, and start being aware that, oh, I can choose to think something else. But without the awareness of what thoughts we have going on, how do we even know to choose something else, right? So my favorite that I personally do every single day is the mantra of self-ascension. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. You can take a mala, any mala that's got 108 beads or seeds. In this case, these are Rudraksha seeds. And you can finger them, just rolling them between your finger and thumb. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. And if you do that with 108 mala, it works out perfectly as you work your way around. And it's such a beautiful connection in meditation. So you could even have a mala that you have next to your bedstand, and you do that with your fingers before you even get out of bed, maybe, or get out of bed and stretch and sit and do that, or wherever it works into your routine. But have something that you bring your consciousness to when you wake up. Maybe you have sacred art on your wall, or a photo, or something that, is where your gaze rests when you first wake up from bed. So what are you seeing in your space? If your space is cluttered or messy, maybe it's time to clean up. Your bedroom is the most important room, I think, of all in your living space, because that's where you spend so much time and you reset during the night. And when you wake up, it's a reset time for your energy. So what does your space look and feel like? I can say it's on my list to continue to shift, and I'm feeling like I got to change things and move things around. And that's definitely an ascension symptom right now, is that urge to purge or clean or move things around or shift things. So creating your sleep environment, things under the bed, get rid of them. Don't have things stored under your bed if possible, because you're sleeping on that energy. Those are really concrete ways to create more safety in your body, and your environment is connected to your root center, your home. So how does your home nurture you? How does your home feel around you? Maybe it's time that you want to rearrange some things. And then how are you taking care of your body? Are you drinking enough water? Put some lemon in the water. Are you eating a lot of fresh foods? Or are you eating your emotions? We've all done that. I've done that, right? So being just no judgment, aware of all the different ways that you're taking care of yourself and creating safety. And then really creating safety for the inner child. That's huge right now. A lot of people asking me questions about how to navigate things, and I keep getting, that ping. The inner children are standing right there, just waiting for us to love them and give them that security and support they always needed, that maybe they didn't receive when they were children, right? Your inner child maybe didn't receive, and maybe you think everything was fine, but there's some aspect of the inner child that really does feel like they need extra safety and support. And now it is our job to self-parent and self-partner with them. So if you want more support going deeper into any of what I'm talking about, please do consider sending me a message and come find me and say, hey, I'd love to, work with you on something. I have got sessions opening up. So just let me know, shoot me a line. Balancings at a distance, they can really, really support all of our chakras to come into their alignment and their ascended state, so the energy flows so much more easily. Other things that can help, music, dancing, move around. You got to think of all these lower chakras. Our body needs movement. It needs a routine where we are creating some kind of movement. For me, it's going skiing. I love cross-country skiing, and believe it or not, I don't know where you are in the globe, but it's spring in the northern hemisphere, but I'm so far north in Michigan. People don't even know about this part of Michigan. It gets left off the map. Most of the time it's so far north, and it's starting to melt, but we get so much snow that I went for a beautiful ski almost every day this last week, and I just went for one today. And of course now the sun was shining and it was warm, and it could be out there in just like a shirt and really enjoy it. And I'm so, so blessed and grateful that where I live, there is way more woods than people. And it's very easy to get outside and be active. So if you live somewhere that you can get outside and be active, walking, skiing, biking, whatever it is for you, please go out there and do it, and maybe you find a way to bring some yoga routine into your home, or stretching, or a workout. What do you like? Or man, dancing. I love Fitness Marshall on YouTube. He is so fun. So many dance videos to great songs. So there's just like a lot of opportunities, and it really should be something you enjoy and is fun. Because right now, what brings you joy? It is okay to feel joy right now. And that was something I wanted to circle back around to, that ties into that guilt ping I got earlier to talk about. So I've also heard this from people: guilt, feeling a lot of guilt, energy that is coming up to be released. And I know some people are just stuck there too. Like, oh gosh, could I feel so wonderful while all of this is going on? Is that okay? I feel like kind of guilty that I feel happy, or I don't feel happy, but I definitely feel guilty about a lot of things that I've done, or about how I've contributed to the mess of the world, or feeling overly responsible for other people, and a sense of shame that comes in too. And those are the lowest vibrations that we can feel. Guilt, shame is the bottom. So if those things are coming up, big signal, inner child, and a really fast way just to work with that inner child is to get a photo of yourself as a child and put it somewhere where you'll see her. Maybe you have an altar in your home, or like a sacred spot, or just like a special space that you put some things that you love that you can touch into, and touch into energies, and you put an image of her there. Or maybe you put her in your journal that you spend time with, and you write to her and ask her to share with you. Just develop a relationship with yourself. And that's a really fast, easy way to be connecting with the inner child right now. So guilt and shame, spiral down. And really, hand to heart, taking a breath. That is always my go-to advice for most uncomfortable, hard feelings and energies, is to hand to heart and take a breath. Be aware, what's this about? Show me. Show me. And what do I need right now? By checking in with ourselves and listening, we're developing our guidance connection. Our soul knows what to do. It knows the way. And we are safe. And we are pure love and pure joy. No matter what else is going on, our soul has got us. And our soul is not scared. So we got to tap into that aspect of ourselves, and we've got to lift into multidimensional space. You don't have to, but if you really want to experience lifting out of the fear and connecting, you want to practice multidimensional shifting to shift your perspective. It will help you shift your perspective very quickly and make a pivot in your energy flow if you can connect and lift. But those foundations, we got to create the safety. We've got to create balance. 2020 is a 4. 2020. Perfect balance. The 4. Equilateral cross. And that is the year that we are being given of balance. So things are coming into balance, but some things are so out of balance, it's very clear to see right now, is it not? So we really have to be on our A game of creating our personal balance and holding that energy. How do we heal the world? We heal ourselves. We have to come into balance if we want the world to come into balance. So right now, what an opportunity we have. If you are one of those that's working from home or laid off or whatever, and you're at home, you know, what an opportunity to come into balance, to cook nourishing foods, to do things that bring you joy, to get out the art supplies, to be inspired, to put music on, all of that, you know, and more, whatever is calling to you. What a time to come into balance with our own energies and to really notice when we're not, if our body is talking to us, if we're feeling pain, if our mind is screaming at us, if we are feeling unsupported. That is a sign that we can start reversing it. Where am I being supported? Where am I being nourished? Where am I being loved? How am I showing up for myself? So the guilt piece, fascinating. Lift and shed and get out of that state. You deserve. And that's root center. I deserve because I was born. I deserve to be supported. I deserve to have all of my needs met. And my needs are being met. The manifestation energy is off the charts right now. If you want to tap into the manifestation energy and lift, it's off the charts. So take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of the inner child, take care of your energy field. Say yes to what feels in alignment and say no to what does not. And it's very easy to feel what's in alignment or not when we're just being aware. What does my energy feel like right now when I'm around this person or conversation? What does my energy feel like when I'm scrolling social media? What does my energy feel like as I'm eating this food? And just be curious and notice. So to really get into the lifting energy, which I can feel and hear many of you saying, how do I lift right now? Or, you know, maybe you're experienced at this and you're just here to connect with this moment and remember how to do it evermore. So to lift our energy, once we've done some of that work, to just listen to ourselves and give ourselves what we need. Take care of our own needs, self-parent and self-partner with ourselves. We got to give it to ourselves. It doesn't come from outside of us. It comes from within, right? And then we want to really get to the heart. The heart is the root center of our ascended presence, of our being that is beyond this form. So we got to take care of this form, and we want to bring these higher energies into our form so our form can even lift more right now. So if you're feeling like doing a cleanse or those kind of things, that's definitely part of this energy, asking our bodies to help lighten up so it's easier to lift and our body can come with us. So the heart is the root center of our ascended state of being. And we got to come to our heart in order to lift up through our throat chakra, through our third eye, and open our crown. And when we open our crown, we open up 12 more points of light, and we connect right up to the divine wisdom that we are seeking, that has the knowing and the knowledge and the wisdom, and it is us. We are part of it, and we can connect to it at any time. It's a beautiful time for practicing this, and I think that we're really being asked to. Many beings are awakening and seeking this information. Many beings are encountering it for the first time, and there are beings that are falling asleep. They've stopped their awakening completely. They just hit the fifth dimension and bounced back down. And then there are beings that are desperately reaching up to the fifth dimension, and there's a lot of noise. It's very noisy. So we need to anchor in the fifth dimension and lift even higher than that. And, if you have no clue what I'm talking about, just hang with me and just see what you experience as I'm sharing, because we are multi-dimensional beings. We have a fifth dimensional self, we've got a seventh, we've got a ninth. Everything's connected, of course, and we go beyond. We can connect to these realms all over the place, and it is our time to remember how to do that ever more. And we're being called forward. I am seeing healers, light workers, people that are evolving their consciousness, people that are sharing their gifts, teachers, way showers, the helpers, the guides, all of these beings that are stepping forward and saying, wow, this is my moment. I know there's many of you connecting to this right now that are saying, this is the moment I came here for. I came here to experience this and to help. And everything I've been working on has been to get me to this moment. Whether that is in your little family unit or on a bigger stage, it doesn't matter. You go to where you are called to be, and trust that and look for the opportunities. And if you had a dream or a vision or something you've wanted to create in your life, it is time. That can bloom for you right now. I really do want you to hear that and feel that. It is your time. You can create and manifest in this energy if you choose. And it's all a choice, and it's all perfect. If you choose to stay stuck or to spiral down or get, bogged down, you can also choose to lift at any time. And yeah, I get it. Some of you might say, oh, well, there's people that didn't choose their circumstance or whatever. From the ascended big picture perspective, we've all chosen. We've chosen our parents. We've chosen where we're at. We've chosen where we're born. This doesn't mean or negate that beings are having horrible experiences. And I am an empath. Believe me, I have grieved. Sometimes I have to cry. Honor all of the emotions and what you are feeling. We don't want to spiritual bypass things and just say, oh, I want to just lift and be up there and la, 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 because you will get pulled back down if you haven't tended to allowing all of your humanness to manifest, allowing your ego, allowing the say, and acknowledging it. And let yourself cry, let yourself be mad, let yourself feel, give yourself that permission and safety to do it, right? That's the key. Because what would you do for a small child who needs to cry or feel sad or angry or upset? How would you treat that child? Shove them away, put them in a closet, tell them, no, don't do that. No, we would try to allow them to process their emotions and experience it, and then have a reframe, and the shift can come in and have that beautiful lift and spark reignite. So we want to honor whatever's coming up and not just try to ignore it and get away. And I think it's almost impossible now. That is one of the gifts of this moment, is we have to go within if we don't want to keep spinning out. It's like the things that we let snare us up before, they're really amplified and yucky if we're not doing something with them. And we're totally perfect. It's like all fine. If you've been stuck down here, perfect. You're doing exactly what you've not needed to do. You're in the exact perfect moment. Right now is what matters. Coming back to now, 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 constantly. Attention going elsewhere, bringing it back to now. Bring the breath, bring the hands to heart. Now, the moment. That's where the knowing arises from, is the now. And it is such a dance. And I think everything being in our face really makes us have to decide, do I want to spin out or do I want to be the calm center? So to lift into our multidimensional experience, again, I would suggest checking out Shri and Kira's work if any of this appeals to you. They're on YouTube. They have their website. If you just Google Shri and Kira, you'll find them. Or you might already know all about them and think it's great because we have such an amazing community of truly authentic, lifted beings that are all working together and lighting up in order to help us lift. And I love all this sparkly, beautiful ascension energy and this artwork. This is Farron Peterson. She's part of the self-ascension community. She's a brilliant point of light, creating channeled work, creating amazing art that helps our energy shift. And I love this because it's bringing us into the cosmos. That's where our connection is when we lift up. We also have our connection to the earth and our body. And we want to unify these two. Unification. We don't want to not pay attention to the earth realm. It's very important, just as important. But we have to do the lifting into these other realms and connect to our divinity in order to really be able to see the big picture and move out of feeling like a victim or powerless, in order to claim back our power and our truth, our vision and our wisdom. So when we connect to our heart, hand to heart and a breath, start that way and just closing our eyes and breathing. Just notice how calming and amazing that is, just doing that. Me just sharing that moment with you. It doesn't matter if you're here at this exact moment while this broadcasts or you listen to it 2 years from now. We're all connecting in this moment, and I do feel you. And when we connect to our heart, we can start lifting up through the crown and access that wisdom. Our throat chakras are very active right now as well. This is about being safe to be seen or heard. Do you like my choker? I just feel so much spring energy today, so I had to have the flowers and the lace and all of that going on. But I love feeling like our throat's encircled by beautiful flowers, bringing in blue cosmic energy into the throat center. It is safe to be myself. My words align with my energy. My actions align. It's more than just our words. It's who we are. Are we modeling it? Are we being it? And you think about a lot of areas being attacked by the virus: lungs, respiratory, and throat. Grief. The lungs are our grief. That's where grief is stored. So allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to move that energy through. Allow yourself to vocalize. Maybe go outside and scream, or scream into a pillow, or sing, or chant. Allow the energy to move through. Don't swallow it. How many of us were just trained to swallow? So moving it through. There's nothing wrong with going and screaming it out. It's profound. You're not adding to the bad energy by letting yourself express and move through those emotions. The key is to not swim in them or be in them or stay in them. It's to then allow them their expression and connect to our heart and expand our energy field. Expand from the heart, expand up then. And our connection, and bring light in and healing to those areas that are calling out for them. It's like a roller coaster, folks. I'll tell you. Some days, the days are going so fast for me, but there's also for some people it feels like it's an eternity and slow. But if you're connected, I know it's just, is it fast? Expansion, 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 go, 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 go. And the day just goes really fast. And it can be a roller coaster. Sometimes you're feeling a lot of stuff. Sometimes you got sucked in, uh, to the what's going on. And I mean, believe me, I'm being informed and I'm checking into things, and I have to really pay attention because I can get sucked in now to scroll, scroll, scroll. Whoo, right? Back it up. Clear container practice for clearing, a fabulous practice. I can send you a PDF if you shoot me an email, or you can find that practice at Shri and Kira's website as well. Cutting energetic cords, can kind of cut the cords, kind of go look around, Google for that, or send me a message and I'll give you some support on how to cut cords. Really have to be mindful. Salt baths, foot baths with sea salt, things that help us clear. Lots of water. So our multidimensional beingness, I keep dancing around that. We're coming back to that. To really connect with ourselves on all these multiple levels in our true nature. We start with that heart, feeling the throat, opening our third eye, expanding our vision beyond this one lifetime, beyond this moment, to the wider lens, and opening our crown, opening the crown. Think corona, crown. That's another little parallel going on. We want to open our crown. A lot of people's crowns are very condensed and being compressed right now, and that's part of the attack on our energies, is the crown pardon me, being bombarded and collapsed. So there's a lot of tools and things that can help. I suggest using crystals. I suggest checking out Aura Energy Shield. They have these beautiful silver lined products, pure silver in the lining. This is a scarf. I'm put it right on my head, put it around my neck. I've got a hat and things. Those can really, really help and protects you from the 5G energies right now that are bombarding us. And then also, having some crystals, breathing, just bringing your hands there and opening like this. Trying to straighten my spine and you bring your hand above each ear, this part of your hand. So you're making like a funnel. Feeling your heart, breathing up, breathing all the way up and opening that. So a lot of different things we can do to help support that, because there is a lot of energy trying to collapse that. Because, right, there's a lot of energy seeking to stop us from grow and lift. And if we're shining and we're bright, there's energy saying, don't do it. Don't lift, don't grow, because it loves the fear. There's energy just sucking up and loving on the fear. The fourth dimension that is around our planet is collapsed around our planet years ago, and it is having a field day with all the fear and anger, and the ego just loves it too. It's all feeding. So we got to pop through that to the fifth. And at the same time, the fifth is definitely experiencing so many beings bumping up against it, and it's getting like murky almost. That's why we have to keep going past the fifth dimension. We want to hit that fifth dimension and go up. So the fifth dimension, what is it? Compassion. The fifth dimension energy is compassion. And that's the energy that heals our planet. That's the seed of consciousness LEvolution that I'm starting over on Facebook. And I think it's going to expand beyond consciousness LEvolution. That's the energy of lifting and being in compassion. For us to really be in compassion for ourselves and for our planet and for all beings. So when we connect to our heart and lift, and imagine yourself being the witness of this experience of being in form, and be the loving witness, that's like the loving parent of ourselves, that's nurturing us and taking care of us and holding us. And then we want to lift again into the 7th. So we are witnessing the witnesser of the 3rd. We're in the 7th dimension, holding space, looking. It's like you can imagine yourself gazing down at that 5th dimensional part of yourself that is holding your experience of the 3rd. But the 7th can see really the big picture, and things are very clear, and there's no judgment at all in that zone. It just is, and we're just present, and we are seeing the experience and loving ourselves. And then when we lift to the 9th, we are truly just in this crystalline connection and support. And we're able to witness the 7th that is witnessing the 5th that is holding the 3rd. Those practices of dimension lifting is very critical to keeping the big picture and keeping yourself connected and being able to really manifest. And this isn't a remarkable time. It's okay to have good things happen, and it's okay for you to claim them. It is okay for you to heal. It is safe to do what you need to do because this energy is supporting you. And when you tap into it, things happen very fast. So it's such an amazing time to feel into our dreams, to feel into what we're creating. What are we calling forward in our life? And where is our focus? Awareness is always so important. Where's my energy? Where am I at? What is happening? So, at this moment, guidance is a theme for today, and I've been offering you a lot of my guidance and encouraging you to connect with your own guidance. If we are in victim consciousness, that is what is being taught to us since birth. It's the energy of this planet for quite a long time, that I'm powerless. I can't change my situation. Someone needs to rescue me. Someone's beating up on me, hurting me. They're bad. You know, it's a triangle, the victim triangle, where there's the persecutor, there is the rescuer, and there is the victim. And we can play all these roles in our own mind, right? Beating ourselves up, trying to find help from outside of ourselves instead of within. Of course, we want support. That's why I'm here, right? We have support with each other, but really having to source from within. And right now it's like, right, who's going to save us? In the United States, a lot of us are left on our own. Our leadership is not stepping in to save us. So we've got to do the work to go within and do what we need to do for ourselves, right? But if we're going to be angry and throwing that out there, I mean, believe me, I'm not saying that's not happened for me, and I don't run some of that energy. You know, it's despicable, some of the things that we're seeing happen. But it's also being exposed and illuminated right now in this year of perfect balance, where we're not in balance with our integrity, with humanity, and with our oneness, with where the separation is the greatest, is being exposed. So that is a gift. And that's another good takeaway that can really help you transform right now is, where are the gifts? What gifts can I see coming from this experience? I see Mother Earth healing. We're seeing examples of that all over, right? With how the earth is healing rapidly because people are not being mobile, the factories aren't all running. Things are slowed down. People have to go within to find their own resources. People are connecting in all new ways. If you ever thought about launching your online business, boy, is now the time to do it, right? Things are happening, beautiful things. So connecting to, wow, what are some of the gifts for me personally and the gifts for our planet? Yes, let yourself grieve and feel angry and feel all those feels for what's happening, but then lift. Bring healing, love, and light to them. See them, love yourself, love the inner child, then expand. It's really like a formula, and I love the safe practice for this. And this is, again, offered by Shri and Kira, and I just love they offer so many tools. Safe practice, SAFE, If you feel yourself being triggered massively or littly, whatever, you're being triggered and you notice it and you're aware that a trigger happened and you're spiraling down or just out, stop. The S in SAFE stands for stop. Oh, I've stopped. Hand to heart. So when we bring our hand to heart, our body recognizes that we're here listening. The parasympathetic nervous system can relax and we can come into greater awareness and we start going within. So we stop, hand to heart. The A stands for acknowledge. To acknowledge, wow, I'm swimming in the river of the ego right now. The ego's got me. Acknowledge that's what's going on here. And then the F of SAFE is to feel. Right? Honor it, feel. Where am I feeling this in my body? Where am I feeling it in my thoughts? What am I feeling? And you want to go into it a little bit and feel it. Let yourself feel it. But we don't want to stay there and swim, because the final is E, expand. That hand to heart, expanding, taking a breath and expanding beyond it. SAFE, stop, acknowledge, feel, expand. Such an amazing tool. Jot that down on a piece of note paper and stick it up somewhere so you remember. Put it in your wallet, put it on your computer desktop so that you can remember, I am safe, and to do that process. And that's when we can really transform and we no longer are the victim. We're no longer the abuser. We're no longer the rescuer. We take aligned action from our ascended presence. Isn't that beautiful and perfect? So today is wrapping up already. An hour goes by really, really quickly. I'm so excited to be getting my video going more. So if you've been listening at Oneness Talk Radio and you just tuned in, you can catch the replay of this show with video at YouTube at Oneness Talk Radio. Check out Oneness Talk Radio. So many great shows, so much going on over there. I really want to thank each and every one of you whenever you're tuning in at this moment, and thank everybody that has been part of the journey, the new moon ceremonies, and just connecting, and all the lovely, amazing, uplifting letters I'm getting, and all the questions, and those of you asking for help and support. You know, it's such an honor and a gift to be here and help and support in the way that I feel called. And so much more is to come. This show is going to be getting its facelift and going more divine feminine centered, and I'm going to be offering more services and offerings for circles and support. I've done some of these things before, but it is all getting a reboot with this energy. It is on. I am so excited by everything that's coming forward, and just continue to connect with this show because this is free. It's here. It's an easy connection. Right? So until the next time that we have the pleasure to be together, know that I'm right here sending you all my love and all my support. Please, please love yourself. Be with yourself. Trust. Namaste and many blessings. You've been listening to Soul Fusion Cafe with Jess Juntunen. Connect with Jess and learn more at her inspiration hub, selfascensionstudios.com, and over on Instagram at JoyLoveJess and Soul Fusion Cafe Radio, or over at Facebook at Self Ascension Studios and Soul Fusion Cafe Radio. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Namaste and many blessings.
Do you have a product or service that assists humanity? Oneness Talk Radio is your unique opportunity to reach a responsive audience. Marketing budgets need to show value, and as a community of positive intention and commitment to planetary evolution, sponsorship of Oneness Talk Radio makes perfect sense. Our current sponsors are enjoying positive returns and increased customer flow. Epoch Lasers is one of those sponsors, and here is the owner sharing from Twin Flame Divine find fire.
The interest levels have definitely increased. People are acquiring the devices and are quite satisfied. And we are back from patients as well that are happy with the result.
Imagine the expansion you can enjoy as a sponsor of a single show or the entire network. Discover how you can honestly stretch the value of your advertising dollars with our affordable rates and vast worldwide audience. Just send an email to otr@onenesstalkradio.com today.